you go to the local soko, the food which is there, you don't really trust the source. So people would prefer to grow their own food, but they're limited because the space they have is either so small, the knowledge on how to produce the crops is not there. In broad, let me first of all, how we incorporate all the plants which we have in our garden, we term it as foodscaping. So we're trying to merge food with landscaping to have foodscaping. So we want you to have a garden which has a different variety of edible crops, a little bit of decorative plants, but the majority should be edible crops. So we want to package this farming to be in a way that is smart, pleasing, not tiresome. So we incorporate systems which enable you to grow your crops much easily by reducing the amount of digging you have to do, because for example like our vertical, it's a self-mulching system, so you don't need to weed the plants which you've planted there. You won't get any form of weeds. And then when it comes to irrigating, we're using like the drip irrigation or capillary weed system. The reason why I'd convince someone to have a smart farm, first of all, is you have your own farm. And when you have your own farm, you have your own food, so you're becoming more food secure. The other thing is the food that you're growing, you know the source, so you know it's healthy and it's safe for you. The other thing is when interacting with plants, it's a form of interacting with nature, which is normally very good for the mind, unwinding, dealing with stress, and also for the environment. It's really important. Having crops in your locality, it may be one person, but if your neighbors can take up the aspect of growing their own food, you're contributing to reducing the amount of carbon in the air, because plants take in carbon dioxide. It may be to a small degree, but imagine if all people can be able to do that. The financial bit of it, handling how to get funds, is a really tricky thing. So for us, we've tried to, some savings which we have, we try to make wise decisions, we try to consult as much as possible so that we don't end up in a situation whereby we are financially challenged and maybe have to close shop, because we are seeing this dream to go quite far. The other thing also, it's related to finances, because we want to expand our place. So in terms of crop diversity, I don't think people really understand how much blessed Kenya we are, because the crops which we have, the indigenous, the main indigenous, let me list them. We have managu, we call it African nightshade. Saga, it's called spider plant. We have mito, slenderleaf, mrenda, jute mallow, nderema, which is the vine spinach or African spinach. Have kanzira, which is the Ethiopian kale, and kunde. Kunde is cowpea, and which other one? Terere, which is the pigweed. So these eight crops are really important, because in terms of you can feed on them alone and your nutritional benefits are going to be met. Some may look at them as being bitter, or they don't know how to cook them, or those are just not for me because I'm not used to them, but these crops are normally very important. Another thing is you need to look up to fellow women who are also inspiring, because if you see other women doing it, you'll be also inspired. So don't sit back and fear and say that this is something that I can't do because it's not typical for ladies to do it. No, go out there, social media is there. Google, maybe you'll find so many groups, ladies in horticulture, it is there. Reach out to someone, they'll reach out to you, because they can see you're serious in what you do.
If this is your first time watching Africa Films Network on YouTube, like, share, and make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification button so as not to miss out on inspiring and exclusive content.